Well, I'm going to start all over here because I thought I was streaming and I wasn't. Welcome back. Welcome back, Mike. I am back from a long trip, 3,000 kilometers plus from Montreal to Edmonton. Just got back last night. Well, I'm going to start all over and let me get rid of my microphone. So yeah, when I say I started over because I started without having anybody listening. Anyway, so we're back. I am back, and we're going to do today a fun race for multi-class. So before we get into the race, let me show you the season 18 LMU multi-class, starting with Algarve, Bahrain, Sebring, Interlagos, Spa, Imola, Fuji, and ending with a 1 hour long Le Mans track. This is a Le Mans software, so we are going to be doing a Le Mans track. So we also are going to take a vote, I think, on racing the first race, which is next week. Next Friday, see if we want to do this Qatar race as the first one. I think Jeremy's starting a little bit of a survey on that. So, but anyway, this is a fun race today. I sort of participated. I got knocked out quite early for some software. Jumped in about 7 laps to go. Anyway, a lot of us had trouble. This is a new release. Some of us had trouble getting in, got kicked out. A number of people got kicked out. So let's go straight to I was not watching. Were we watching all this? Anyway, let's go straight to the tower. Le Mans, yes. Le Mans, not Le Mans, what am I saying? Qatar. So qualifying first was John Saunders in the, what is that car? Peugeot, it's right on there. I don't know if that's his if that was his livery or not. Let's go back to John, Jose. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, there we go. There is Jose's BMW. Jose was having trouble. That's why he disappeared for a bit. Maybe I'm a little bit too soon here. There's people going in and out of the track. There is Mike McLennan in third place. I am probably not there, so I won't go to that one. In first place, what I have to do is kind of hit the play button here for a bit to get that. Stephen Howells in first place in the Lexus. Let me just quickly go. That is Stephen Howells. Next is Brian Murray. There he is in his Lexus, another Lexus, 2 Lexuses at the top. Stuart Packham is in third place for the GT3. Let's find him. There he is. Stuart Packham is in a BMW. He is on the far side there, I think. Yep. And then in the Nick is in an Aston Martin. That is Nick. Let's see Bruce. Let's find him. There is Bruce in an Aston Martin, as well as next in 6th place is Hugo Caballero in a Corvette. Jeremy changed cars. You will notice he was chatting that in the new release. The new release for LMU is got a new tire model for the GT3. So Jeremy did a bunch of testing. He was in a Mustang, said he couldn't drive it anymore. So he's back to his good old Aston Martin there. Steve Young is next, and Steve is not on track yet. Steve is in Steve's in another Corvette. This is Richard Coulomb is in a Ferrari. Only Ferrari so far. Let's find out what Ed Jones is in. Ed Jones. We go back a little bit here. Ed Jones, where are you? Well, anyway, Ed Jones is also in a Ferrari. All right, let's get going here. And we'll get on with John Saunders at the front. Again, this is a replay. We're not going to see gaps in the replay. I tried getting the overlays working for the this race. They are half working, but the overlays don't work. The live ones are nice, but the overlays don't work in replay mode. So we're going to have to stick with this stuff, and we'll just see how it goes. I wanted to practice broadcasting again since I've been away for 3 weeks. And here we go. We're going to be going green soon. Let's see if we can find a better... There we go. That should be a better view. John is in the lead. There he goes. There he goes. And the BMW is coming up. Jose Alvarez. There is... John is staying ahead. Let's jump over to Brian Murray and see what's happening there. Howells is ahead. Murray is next. Not too much action in terms of a mess. Let's just keep this going. Let's go see how Jose is doing against Saunders. They are moving quite, the gap is quite opening up between all these guys. And now let's see if Brian Murray, let's go to Brian's cockpit. Let's find there is Brian's cockpit. That's not the right cockpit. Let's find a good cockpit. There we go. That's a good view. And I've got some buttons working here. There's a car behind is Stuart Packham. Not much is happening there. We'll just go down the line here to see who's got some interesting gaps. That is Hugo. Oh, we got something going on here between Jeremy and Hugo. Let's just stick with this. Let's see if we can get a better view. There's another view. And behind him is Richard Coulomb. That's pretty quick too. And let's just keep going here. Jose is not catching up. Looks like the hypercars are going to whoa, what happened to Brian there? Oh, let's back up a little bit. Let's see what I can do here. If I can back up a little bit. Let's see what happened here. Let's go to the track view. There is Brian coming around the corner. Hits the curb. Something just happened to his car. It just popped over. That's very strange. I wonder if that's a little aberration there. Anyway, that Brian went wide there, but he still maintains his position in third place. Up ahead, let's see how Steve is still not... Edward Jones is trying to get by Richard Coulomb. And up ahead here, Jeremy. These three guys are pretty close together. Not quite sure what camera I've got here. Let's try and find a good camera angle. This is probably... Jeremy on Hugo. Hugo's in the Corvette. Why can't I get a nice... Oh, this is going to be a better view. There's a better view. We'll stick with that one. And behind him there's a little bit of a gap. But Ed is trying to get by Richard Coulomb. And Richard goes a little wide and Ed gets by him. There we go. There we go. Let's look up at the head. John is pulling ahead. McLennan and these guys are off a couple of seconds there. Brian Murray is not making any ground there on first place. Stewart's harassing Brian now. Nick's not that far behind. Bruce Hopkins got a bit of a gap there, as does Hugo. But Hugo and Jeremy are in a bit of a battle. Jones is caught up with Jeremy now. And Richard is a little bit further behind. I'm going to join. I was in the... What the heck that happened to me anyway? During qualification, I ended up trying to go to the pits. You cannot I had some damage. Missed the pits, ended up going all wacko, and the system was not responding. I got into a menu for settings, and I couldn't get out. Oh, here we go. This is Jeremy trying to get by his friend Hugo. Jeremy in the Aston Martin, and I believe Hugo is in a Corvette. This is the closest action, I believe. So I'm going to stick with Jeremy here. Maybe I'll go to the track view for a bit. How is the volume? Is anybody watching? No, I don't think anybody's watching at this time of the night. It says 5 watching. If there are people watching, say hello on the chat. I would love to hear from you. Jones is trying to... This is becoming quite a little battle here. Now Jeremy's got a rear view mirror full of Ed Jones in the Ferrari. Jeremy was saying his testing showed that the Ferrari was quite fast too, but he's an Aston Martin fan, we know that. And let's jump on with board with Ed Jones. Very nice battle going on here. Jeremy's not worried about Ed at all. He's just trying to get by Hugo. And Jeremy goes a bit wide. Is he going to make it? He went wide, and Jones had it for a little while. He feels it now. He's trying to get by him big time. And let's see what's happening between Packham and Murray is not good. Saunders, I want to make sure I catch Saunders getting by some of the GT3 cars, because we are definitely going to be having some catch-ups there. Let's get back with Ed. Ooh, he dropped back a little bit somehow. So Jeremy goes very wide. Is Ed going to be able to make it? He goes very wide, but it doesn't seem to hurt him. Didn't hurt him. Goes wide again. This time it is going to hurt him. No. Yes. He's got gap here. Ed sees Jeremy being very erratic. So he's going to try. Let's see if we get any drafting going on here. Doesn't look like it. Ed's in the Ferrari, and Jeremy is in the Aston Martin. Very good. There might be some drafting going on a little bit. Ed backed off. He didn't want to get into a braking zone issue with Jeremy. And let's just see what else is going on here. Oh, let's get back to that. It's kind of hard to get away from this one. Big time action here. Jeremy's lost a little bit in this battle to Hugo. Well, he's really working those tires hard. Listen to his tires squeal. Ed's having none of that. Oh, here we go. Jeremy he just cannot get ahead of Jeremy. Look at that. Jeremy is a wiggle on the exit, I mean. Jones really trying hard here. It looks like Bruce Hopkins is catching up with these guys. Let's see if I can get a better view here. See, look at that. Ed! Oh! Let's see if we had a collision. Let's get back to that a little bit. Let's go back here a little bit. Get in on board. That's a little bit further yet. Let's go back right here. Let's see what happened here. There's Ed on the inside. He's got the inside. Oh, there's a bit of a tap there. Both guys are just like Jones is not going to wait for Jeremy. Where is Jeremy? He did not wait for him. I thought... Not sure who was in fault there. Now is Bruce catching up with these two guys? No. Okay, let's just go down the street here, or go down the whole leaderboard. There is John Saunders in first place in the hypercar. Let's see if he can see anybody. Is he getting close to the back end of the GT3s? Not yet. There is Jose Alves in second place. Can he even see John? I don't think he can. Next is Michael McLennan, he is not that far behind Jose. So that should be interesting. In first place still is Stephen Howells in the Lexus. Brian Murray can see him. He's not making up too much ground just yet. That's been a gap for quite a while. Stuart Packham has fallen back. I don't see too much there. Trying to look at what time we've got here. 11 minutes in. But Nick Newcomb is on board right on top of Stuart. Just go back a little bit to make sure we catch everybody. Ed Jones, Jeremy is not got much. Jeremy's really working those tires hard. You can hear him squealing. And Charles Coulombe is in ninth place. But let's get back here to Nick and Stuart. This is going to be something. A little bit of a battle here. I know why Nick wanted me to get the replay. He's the one who gave me the replay because he's got a hell of a battle here with Stuart. And that is an Aston Martin against a BMW. Now, if I'm not mistaken, somebody had a livery. Oh, no, he's waiting to get the liveries accepted. In the new release, you get to make your own liveries. And I believe someone, it might actually be Nick, has got a livery going. It has to be approved. You set it up, and I think it has to go through some red tape. Let's just see what Stuart's looking at here. You know how much I love cockpit views. We are not quite halfway through the race yet. Yes, this is a new... look at this. This Aston Martin's making up some time on the BMW. Is he going to take a crack at Stuart? He's got on the inside. Yes, he does. Quite a pass there. Now, whether Nick or whether Stuart let off a little bit or Nick just had some good momentum. Oh, there's somebody that's off. Who is that in a hypercar? That might be me, actually. That is probably me. Am I back? Yes, that is me over there. You know what happened? I remember now what happened. I got stuck. Once I got back in, I got stuck with I started from the pit lane, and it didn't put the pit limiter off, so I had to figure that out. And by the way, it is keyboard L is the pit limiter on and off. Looks like Saunders is running into some traffic now because I see some GT3 cars behind him. He just passed Coulombe, I believe. Nope, maybe not. All right, where were we? We were with Nick and Stuart. So now Stuart is behind Mr. Newcomb, and the BMW is holding its own. So I'm not quite sure how Nick got so far easily passing him. So this is a battle. Let's go down the pipe here to see if we have any other battles. And that is Ed Jones catching up with Hugo now, because Ed passed both Bruce. Bruce Hopkins must have had a big problem because he was in the lead for quite a while. And Jeremy is behind him, and Richard is pulling up the rear. I am still trying to get to my pit limiter off. So where were we? This is the battle here. Let's go to the overhead view. Let's see what views we can get here. Let's see if there we got a better view here. That's kind of the helicopter view. You can hear the helicopter in the background. Hello, David Craig. There we are. Ah, Ellis, you're awake. Hello. Hi, David. How are you guys? Any of you guys race LMU? This is our fun little race that we have. 13 people in. Stuart's really coming up on Nick now. I think these two guys were just fooling around with each other. I know they were talking to each other during the race. I think they let each other go by so that they could practice some overtakes. Yeah, so how do you guys like? David, are you in? I thought I saw you in LMU at one point. Are you going to participate in LMU season this year? All right, so this is a battle. I just want to see if John, I don't want to get away from this one just yet. Let's see if Stewart is going to make some headway onto that Lexus. Oh, sorry, Aston Martin. Yes, quite, excuse me, quite a change to the tire model apparently. Everybody's been playing with it. That is the one reason why the seasons are out of sync. There is Ed Jones coming up from behind. Who is that? Who is that? Is that John Saunders catching up with? Yes, it is. Let's just watch from his cockpit. He is catching up to Howell. This is a multi-class race, so Saunders is hitting some traffic. Let's see how he gets by Steve. Steve lets up and lets him by, I think. And Jose is quite far back. Let's see how... Oh, this is McLennan is in the middle of this pack. I'm going to back up to see how McLennan got by here. This is McLennan. He is very close to Jose. So let's just see. Jose has to get by Stewart and Howells. And let's see, he's going to get to do it on the straight easily. Now, Michael is going to pass Stewart on the straight, but is he going to get by Nick? He does on the straight also. So no damage done there on those guys. Neither, very clean, very clean. These guys are in the same battle with each other anyway. So that was very painless. Multiplus is going to be fun. Wish we had more people in it. Yes, I know they, Lee, we have raced each other. You won't be back till Interlagos, David. Okay, so it's good to hear you and Ellis, Lee are going to be in the multi-class. And there goes Nick. Stewart gets by Nick. Stewart gets by Nick. No, he doesn't. How did that happen? He was by him. I'm going to back that up slightly. I thought he was by him at one point. Let's just see this again. There's right on his tail. Right on his tail. Comes on the inside. And it looked like he was ahead. He was side by side. Never quite made it. Never quite made it. Nick had the inside line on that next corner. All right. So now we're back to trunk to nose action. Very good job by these guys. I love this track, by the way. I love this track. It's got some very high-speed corners. Very nice flow to it. So I'm hoping that we're going to race this one again. I loved it in the hypercar. Let's see if John Saunders has... Oh, Stuart McLennan must have had a problem. Let's go back here and find out what happened to McLean. Because he should be quite far ahead here. Something happened. I just backed it up a little bit. He's very close to Jose, and all of a sudden he was back in the pack there. So let's just see. He must have a problem in the next few minutes. There it is right there. Oh, big snap. He avoids the wall and doesn't stall it. That's good. That's what happened. So he's going to be showing up very soon here. There he is. He's going to stay ahead of these guys, maybe. Oh, he's harassed. It's going to have an effect on Nick. All right, now McLennan's ahead. But is Stewart going to take advantage of that? He does not. Let's just go back and see if anybody is close. Well, Bruce Hopkins is close to Hugo. Jeremy's a little bit further behind those guys, and it looks like Richard had to go in for some repairs. So we've got Steve Howells in the lead in the GT3 class, and he is still being harassed by Murray, and behind him is who? Where is that? I thought there was a hypercar there for some reason. I thought I saw a hypercar in the background. There is a hypercar. Jose, yes. Jose is in between Murray and Howells now. So this had an effect on first and second place. So we are back to some good action. We've got Stewart and Nick battling it out. And is that, who is ahead of, that's Richard Coulombe. These guys are, Richard came out of the pits. So he's going to let them by. So we've got some good action here because we've got Brian very close to Howells. Let's see what else we've got. Hugo Hopkins is now on Hugo. So lots of battles here today, folks. We are about 18 minutes into the race, and looks like Hopkins has really got the hops, no pun intended, on Hugo. Let's go track side view. That is the Aston Martin against the Corvette. Let's just see if Bruce can get ahead of Hugo. Whew. Some good action here. What is going on here? David is moving. Have you guys tried the new GT3 release? And how much change did it make to the cars that you have? Let's get back here in the other battles. Murray on Howells and Stewart on Newcomb. Looks like Stewart is got the inside track here on the long straight. Is he going to pass Nick? Yes, he does. That is a nice pass there. Oh, no. Stewart is ahead. I think Newcomb was ahead before. So, yeah, Stewart passed him at some point. Now Nick's going to try again. Oh, they were side by side. Now Nick's ahead. Yeah, this is a great battle. A great battle, back and forth. There is Stewart giving another crack at it. These guys had a hell of a fun race. No wonder Nick wanted me to do a replay. Let's get back to Murray and Howells. There is a hypercar, I believe, harassing these guys. Not sure which hypercar that is. Murray, where is Howells? Is he right ahead of him? Yes, he is. Who is that hypercar up ahead? That was Michael McLennan. And let's see how Stewart and Nick are doing. And Hopkins and Caballero are still at it. I don't see anybody in the background. Let's just watch Bruce on the Corvette again. And I don't know what kind of tire wear we've got on these cars. We are probably a good 12 minutes left in the race, so lots of time left. Let's go back to Murray and Howells. And these two guys are just fooling around, I think, letting them go back and forth on each other. Let's just let's see if Stewart will take another crack at Nick. A little bit different braking point. Look at that BMW go on the inside here. He made up some ground on Nick. Trying the outside. That's not going to work. Nick's had a little bit of a slide there. Oh, but Stewart couldn't make that stick. How about Brian? Brian, this is 2 Lexuses, I believe. Yes, it is. And Hopkins can't get by that Corvette. Let's listen to what that Corvette sounds like inside. Ooh, sounds like a racing car for sure. Compared to that Aston Martin. What a different sound, isn't it? And there's a hypercar coming up. Let's watch the hypercar. That is... Who is this? Who is this? Well, that is Jeremy. Why do I think that's a hypercar? Oh, that is a hypercar. What hypercar is that? Car behind. That is... It doesn't show the right hypercar behind. Huh? Let's see who it is. Is it McLennan? Nope. Jose? It is John Saunders. So the car behind is a class thing. So that is going, there goes John. Not hampered too much, but that is going to open those 2 guys up a little bit. So let's just go to these 2. Oh, Stewart's tires are making a bit of growling noise now. And let's see, Nick. All right, what happened to Brian? Oh, we go, Brian Murray. Brian is caught up to Stevens now. This is for first place in the GT3 class. We have got to stay with this. Brian had a little bit of a problem early on, but he seems to have settled this Lexus down. These 2 guys were talking about their tire wear. Let's see how Stewart and... Oh, that is me there up ahead in the hypercar. Past these 2 guys. I didn't hamper them too much. I think I passed them on the straight. Now I'm just trying to catch up to Brian Murray. It is my career plan to catch up and lap Brian Murray all these races. Oh, Steve Howells went off a little bit there. Hopkins is still not by Hugo. There he is there, but I think this Brian Murray and Steve Howells for first place is the one to watch. What do you guys use race control for? Is that the race control? Race control that I have is an old broadcasting piece of software. I don't think that's the same race control you guys are talking about on the stream, I think. Oh, Brian really, he is catching up to Steven. It's going to be a battle. There is probably 5 or 6 minutes left. I believe something happens here. Let's go back to Stewart and Nick. And Hopkins is still trying to get by. Is he going to get by him this time? No, he can't. And there is a hypercar coming up behind them. I'm not sure which one it is. It is Jose. Let's get on board with Jose and see how he gets by these 2 guys. Oh, easily going to get by them on the straight. So that's not going to have any problem. Let's get back to Bruce. Bruce lost a little bit of time there. How's Brian doing? Brian is still staying in there. He is hanging in there. And Howells is being very defensive. He wants to win a fun race, but fun doesn't mean it's not competitive. Speaking of competitive, these 2 guys have been competing the whole time, as does Bruce and Richard. So let's get back to Brian. I'll get this noise out of my ear. I can hear all that audio that you guys hear. Yeah, they both have exactly the same livery. Isn't that funny? So the skins for the cars are in the, let me think, it's in the Steam common area for LMU, and it is under support. So look for under support. You'll find all the skins, or most of the skins anyway. So you can start doing your own liveries. I'm not sure how you get them into the game. I know you have to submit them. I believe these are going to be like tokens. All right, Brian desperately wants to win this race, as he always wants to win. Stuart and Nick have opened up a little bit of a lap. Oh, let's go back a little bit here. Let's go back a little bit. And let's see what's going on here. Bruce is trying to go on the outside. Now he's got the inside track. And it's so tight. Oh, Caballero stays ahead. Caballero stays ahead. Bruce takes another peek. These LMU cars are quite closely homologated, it looks like, because they have similar characteristics, it seems. Oh, it looks like Mike McLennan is going to be catching up to these two guys. Let's see how he gets by them. Is this going to disturb this little race? Let's see what is going to happen. Looks like Michael's going to give them some respect. He knows they're battling each other, and he should be able to get by them on this next little small straightaway. So you can see how multi-class is going to have a big effect. Yeah, he should be able to get by them right here. Oh, he's not going to try. Oh, he's going to have it here. He's going to get one by one. All right, so this is having an effect on that battle. Should be able to get by Hugo on this little straight. Yes, he does. All right, so let's see. Nick, Brian Murray is right on his tail as usual. The two Lexuses obviously evenly matched. It's just a battle of drivers here. Oh, we won't get liveries and hosted races. Oh, just online. Okay. Oh, and we're looking up there as Brian is trying to pass. He got by him. He got by him finally. Brian is by him. And is that a hypercar coming up behind? Yes, it is. Who is that hypercar? Let's see if I can see it. That is John Saunders. Now he's got to get by these two guys who've been battling all of. Brian is ahead. He is ahead. Finally got by him, and there's probably 5 or 6 minutes left in the race. Hard to tell. No. John is going to be careful, I'm sure, because he knows these two guys are battling for first place. Biding his time. And next little series of corners, he'll be able to get ahead. That's what he's doing. Oh no, John! Wow, John's took it a little too easy. And now that is me went by him. Okay, so Howells now is there. And let's see, Stewart and Newcomb. Stewart got an inside track there, but did not work. Is Bruce by Hugo? He cannot get by Hugo. He's been trying the whole race. It's crazy. Why do you call it the wingless Peugeot? Is that I know somebody was using traction control too on the Discord chat. This is probably getting close to the last few corners. Let's see if... Oh, Howells is off. Howells is off. What happened to Howells? Let's see. There is Steve. I believe Howells ran out of fuel, if I'm not mistaken. Or Brian did too. Or is it just the end of the race? Maybe that's the end of the race. Yeah, it's a 30-minute race. Yeah, either he ran out of fuel... There's Brian still going. Is that me coming up on Brian? Yes, it is. I do pass him, but I think he let me by. This is me trying to get by Mr. Murray for the first time ever. See how excited I am getting. I'm going off track. I was ready for a battle. Oh, battle. My tires were going a little bit. He lets me by here, I think. Let's just see what's going on with Stuart and Nick. I did get by Brian, by the way, so I feel good about that. That is the end of the race, I believe. So, yes, it is. All right, so Saunders in first place, Jose Alvarez in second, Michael McLennan in third for the hypercars. In first place, Brian Murray passing Nick Newcomb in about the penultimate lap there. Very nice. Stuart Packham was in third. Ed Jones was in fourth. Hugo stayed ahead of Bruce Hopkins the whole race, followed by Richard Coulombe. And Steve Howells, I believe, ran out of fuel. Jeremy, I think, quit also. I don't know if he had a problem or what. Anyway, that is our race. You guys are still chatting up there. But the race is over. So I will see you all on track tomorrow. I haven't even practiced. I think it is my favorite track is, let's see here. My favorite track is Watkins Glen for ACC. So I got to get a couple laps in tonight before I go to bed. And maybe I'll do some practicing tomorrow. Anyway, we'll see you on track. I'm not sure if it's being broadcast by Krister. If not, I'll do a replay. But anyway, we'll see. So thank you for watching, you guys, on the stream. Good night to you. And let me show you my new ending credits. Goodbye for now.